What did you watch on TV last night? Was it on one of the major networks or on a cable channel? Whatever it was, Nielsen Media Research can tell you how many other people watched it too. Nielsen Media Research has been tracking television viewing for the past 50 years. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, Nielsen gathers information about who's watching what on TV. Rating points represent a percentage of the viewing audience. There are an estimated 110 million television households in the U.S. Each national ratings point represents 1%, or about 1.1 million households.
We actually track national and local television a couple of different ways. Nationally, we have homes that are metered across the country, approximately 25,000 metered homes. And locally, we've divided the United States into 210 markets. We call them DMAs, designated market areas. And they are the markets that when you sit down in a particular designated market area to watch television, all of the counties in that particular area will get the local network affiliates. So for example, here in the Chicago market where we are, there are approximately 16 counties covering 2 states in our designated market area.
Nielsen's clients include television networks, advertisers, and ad agencies. They also include local TV stations and cable providers.
We actually measure what individuals are watching on television, so the channels that they're watching, who in a household is watching a particular channel, and how long they may watch a particular channel or jump from station to station. For example, the networks will use our services to determine which programs are best meeting a certain demographic market. And they will use that information to help them determine when and where to place a program on a given day. Advertisers will use the information to determine which demographic group they should best pitch their products toward. And ad agencies are very similar to the advertisers in that they want that same demographic information as well for commercials. So programmers and advertisers also use our rating system as a way to establish a cohesive currency, if you will, so that they'll understand and speak one language about what prices they should be charging for commercial airtime.
In order to get a fair representation of the TV audience, Nielsen uses a random sample of viewers.
And we actually select homes by addresses, not by the people who live in the homes, but by the randomness of the addresses. We do this using census data that we collect every 10 years, of course, with the census, and then we update that each year with births and death and immigration records. And so we actually will go out and identify homes based on their addresses, and once we've identified the address, we will begin to recruit the individuals who live at that address.
Nielsen uses census figures as well as information from other demographic sources to break the nation down into local communities. This helps ensure that their sample echoes the demographic of each market they track.
Even though our homes are totally selected at random, there's a statistical process, a very detailed statistical process for making sure that the population ratios across the United States and in local markets are actually reflective of the samples that we choose. And so while there is randomness to it, we also ensure that all people of color are included in our sample as based on their representation within the population.
Nielsen households using people meter technology are recruited through a long process. The process begins with mailings which are sent to randomly selected addresses.
You will receive a pre-pack of information, and basically we're asking you, tell us a little bit about the individuals who live at this address, who live in your home. We'll give you an incentive for simply returning a completed questionnaire. And that will tell us who lives in the home, the ages of those individuals who live in the home, whether or not you're a homeowner, a renter, and other demographic information that, again, our clients are very much interested in.
Families who agree to participate in the electronic people meter sample are contacted in person by a Nielsen representative.
So once a home has returned its pre-pack information that has provided us with all the demographic information, the next step in the process is that we will identify the appropriate representative recruiter, we call them membership representatives, that will go out and recruit the household. We want to make sure that the individuals within the household feel comfortable with the membership rep who comes out, because there will be a long-term relationship with that individual. And so many instances we want to make sure that if you speak a particular language, that the person recruiting you also speaks that language.
Nielsen gathers information using set meters, diaries, and people meters.
Diaries are generally mailed to homes 4 to 7 times a year. We call them sweeps periods. And those are the times of year when local market information that still rely on diaries collect the demographic information that that local market needs. And the diaries are logs, handwritten logs that families are asked to keep for 1 week, and families actually write down every 15 minutes what each member of the household is watching.
Since 1987, Nielsen has been using people meters to track national viewing.
And people meters are great in that they get the demographic information for us, and we don't have to rely on the diary to collect the demographic information. And so each person in the household is assigned a number. And each person is then asked, whenever they sit down to watch television, to press their number and then to hit the OK button to log on that, yes, I'm here and I'm watching television and this is the channel that I'm watching. Every 2.7 seconds, it will measure what every individual person who's logged in at that time is watching. So it's a much more accurate way of getting a measurement on what people are watching.
New technologies, such as TiVo, On Demand, and DVRs, have changed the way people watch TV. Nielsen has improved their measurement technology to keep up.
So every television program has a code embedded in it, and our electronic meters pick up this coding device. And if you are actually watching a program that you have recorded on your DVR or TiVo, it is telling us and reporting back to us when you're actually watching that program.
Nielsen tracks 3 streams of data: live, live plus same day, and live plus 7 days. In 2006, Nielsen announced the launch of its new measurement tracking plan called Anytime, Anywhere Media Measurement, or A2M2 for short. It's designed to catch new ways of watching TV, such as streaming media and internet downloads. It will also track out-of-home viewing, such as watching television in a hotel or at the gym, or even on a cell phone or video iPod. Nielsen Media Research has been tracking television viewing for more than 50 years, but the company isn't standing still. As technology changes, its methods continue to change to keep up.
Technology has changed more in the last 10 years than it has in the past 40 years. And it's very important to Nielsen Media Research and our clients that we stay ahead of the curve as technology continues to evolve. Nielsen Media Research will continue to evolve with it.